Okay, so if we have no other questions in the chat, no other questions from Gaz, we're ready to get started here. Did you want to change the location of either of your roadblocks, Gaz, or?
I'll probably move the westmost one to the rear of my militia on that road.
Like something like this? Here
Yes,
in
please, yeah.
Papa 7?
Yeah, just sort of a halfway point.
Okay. Cool. We can't turn zombies to your side. That's probably true. Hello, Toughy Ears. I heard that there was some shit going down. Yeah, I got a new laptop, Toughy Ears, new camera, new software, so hopefully no buffering this time. Cool. 27 minutes, not bad actually. Oh, thanks, because science teacher. Alrighty.
It's about how long it took up to get out the compound, so it works out about right.
Yeah, there you go. We're doing this in real time, everybody.
It's real time. That was the brief that they got as well.
I have to wait eight more minutes before we get started. No, we got new people in the chat, so I wanted to, I mean, we've been talking about this project for 9 months. We've started this in January, and, again, there's a 28mm table that goes with this. There's this rule set was built just for this game. There's been play testing for that. This is a project, and today we're crossing one of the finish lines, finally, after a lot of delays. So, we wanted to make sure that, we covered all our bases. Okay, so Gaz and I have been through this game a couple times. We know the rules. We're kind of going to buzz through it. If anyone has any questions, let us know. But for now, here's our turn sequence. For turn 1. Determine threat level. We already know what the threat level is on turn 1. It starts off in the middle of the board, which is tense. Right now, the street is tense. We're going to roll street events. Gaz, do you want to roll first for street events?
I can, but I always suck.
Yeah. Alright, so hold on here. We already know that the street is tense. Threat level 0. Here are all... let me zoom in a little bit.
Look how smooth it is, Jim.
Yeah. So here are all the modifiers. Obviously, none of these modifiers apply yet because we're just getting started. There was no last turn, so no GRS fire. Yeah, there was obviously, so, no worries there. Basically, he's rolling 1d6.
2d6.
No, 2d6 is the threat tracker. We already know where the threat tracker is. Now that we know what it is, we're rolling for 1d6, and we're going to see if anything pops up here with no modifiers.
Okay. I'm not even going to say that word. A 6, Jim.
You rolled a 6?
A mighty 6.
We're already starting, guys. It's already started, Gaz. I'm already apologizing. One
I told you I didn't want to roll that.
Militia becomes more friendly. GRS chooses. Yay! We're already off to a great start here, folks. We're off to a great start.
So basically, there's bribes already being put out by the CIA Annex. They're on the phones, onto the locals. The locals are going, yeah, I'll stay in my house for $100. Or if you pay me $200, I'll come out and give you a hand.
I'm going to make this hex right here more... Actually...
Ambivalent?
Yeah, I'm gonna make them ambivalent. I may regret this later, but... Hey, it's fun if nothing else.
Apparently you've been on a hot streak recently.
I have been. I've been winning, I've won the last 5 games.
Oh, that's disappointing. I thought you meant you've been streaking. If it's just dice rolling, that's a bit disappointing.
Keep your fantasies about me to yourself. We don't need to hear about that. Our viewers still need to hear about that.
Well, so in there, Jim, what have we got that I've just lost as an offensive force that's become neutral?
One of your RPGs and one of your light machine guns.
Yeah.
I made sure of that. Yeah, these guys haven't joined my team, but they've left his team. At least for now. Now I drive my interpreter up to them, and my interpreter talks to them, and they become friendly. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so they're all now ambivalent. That concludes that phase of the game. Oops, I zoomed out too much. Alright, so things are already going pretty lucky for me. Alright, so now we do ambivalent movement. Vehicles first. There are no ambivalent vehicles. So we'll now do ambivalent, ambivalent street groups, pedestrians. Alright, there's one group way down here. I'm going to turn on Mr. Webcam as soon as I can find it. Okay, odds, Gas gets to move them. Odds. Gaz, you get to move these 3 guys. Where do you want them to go?
We're going to go straight north, please, Jim.
1, 2,
Full
3.
move.
Yeah, movement in this game, guys, is always 3 hexes, unless for ground units, for foot units. Unless they want to take cover, concealment, or cover and concealment. And we'll get into that as the game progresses. Okay, the next group up here. Another 3. That's another. All right, this group up here, they move 3 hexes. Where do you want them to go?
We'll go southwest, please.
1, 2, 3. Next to this group here. 4, I get to move them.
Oh, Dutch was asking no street events.
We just did roll street events.
Yeah,
the street events was one group turned more friendly.
Ambivalent.
1, 2, 3. He moves right down towards my interpreter. No hint there. Next group, they're in Victor 7. Is 4. I get to move them as well. 1, 2, 3. And I think the last ambivalent group is the guys who just became ambivalent.
Indeed.
On the camera, because this is an important one. 6, I get to move them as well.
Wow. Feel
This is going to be a short game, folks.
It's, all this build up, it'd be over in 15 minutes.
1, 2, 3. Now, Gaz can just open fire on them if he wants. They'll instantly become friendly, but they will probably be dead. Because they're moving at full speed and therefore not taking any cover and concealment. They're literally just parading down the road. Oh, lordy. Okay, that takes care of ambivalent movement. Now we do hostile vehicle movement. You have one
That's
hostile
the
vehicle on the table.
We're going to move him south, please, Jim.
Alrighty, so... Okay, he's literally just going to turn south right now. There's no real road there.
Okay.
But he can use the whatchamacallit, road rate. I think it's 5, off-road.
The off-road, yep.
Alright, cool.
So he's just going to move 3 south and then start heading west.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
To the way,
Oh,
Jim.
sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm in my
That's the one.
dyslexic phase for the day. Okay. No turning point. No cost to turn unless you do a full 180. There's rules for that. Hello, Dutch. LAFO, if I'm saying that right. Welcome to a stream, sir. We are doing Benghazi 2012 here. The infamous Benghazi 2012 incident. Or at least a part of it. Okay, now we go to ambivalent. I'm sorry, not ambivalent. We go to hostile pedestrians.
Indeed. The 3 in the centre of the road, near the roadblock, are going to move west down the road. They're going to go and see what all the shouting's about.
West down the road. 1, 2, 3. You can move through your own roadblocks fine. Okay, next group.
The guys at the front gate, we're going to split 3 and 3 to go either side of the compound, essentially. And
does it
head
matter
south.
to you at all? Because they're like different
The
types.
mix, we will have... we'll just split the pistols into 1 in each and then 2 of the assault rifles.
Okay.
Oh, so there's a bit... Oh, submachine guns as well.
So we got 2 assault rifles. We've got 2 submachine guns. 3 submachine guns.
That's the way then. 3 subs and 2 rifles, 1 pistol.
Gotcha. Alright, so they're just going to go... Like,
You're going to split and go around the compound. Hey, he's taking his friend with him. It's his drinking partner.
2, 3, like so.
Yeah.
Alright guys, they're not allowed to enter the compound. They're just kind of skirting around the compound there.
They love the camouflage on that guy. Somebody's seen the famous football shirt we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, there you go, Jen. Jen was asking for us to highlight this guy. This guy gets more attention. He got attention in yesterday's test stream too. How do you like that paint scheme?
He does look like he's been attacked with a set of highlighters. You're not wrong.
There you go. Yeah, some of these guys are in like quasi paramilitary gear. Some of them are like I said, famously there was a famous football game or soccer game going on that night, and half the militia didn't show up because they were too busy watching sports on TV. These guys can have different facings. We do our best here. Obviously, we can't play this game physically because we're separated by an ocean, but there will be a 28mm table game based on this event hopefully next week. that, again, for people just joining this chat, is this U.S. Embassy compound. So this is a satellite photograph of the actual section of Benghazi where this event took place. So it's pretty accurate. But then there's going to be a 28mm game just of the compound. And what we're trying to do today is figure out how many of our American GRS reinforcements actually reach said compound. Okay, so I think you've got one group of hostiles left over there in Zulu. Alright, we are going to stick to good roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to stop.
I wonder why.
Yep. We're going to see if we can pick up some help along the way. Okay, so we are staying on a good road. That's a good thing and a bad thing, and I'll explain that in a little bit. That does give me a penalty on next turn's street events table. But for now, we go straight to interpreter checks. Yay, interpreter checks. Oh boy, come.
Hey Rasmus, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mr. Rasmus, how you doing? Alrighty. So, interpreter check. I actually kind of need to look this up here. Interpreter checks. 4+ to change a whole hex from ambivalent to friendly, and of course it gets a little bit more difficult to change hostile to ambivalent. Hostile are already shooting at you; they're already pissed off, so it's tough to yell over the AK fire. I'll get it right eventually. It's tough to yell over the AK fire to get them to, hey guys, we're really your friends. These guys are ambivalent; they're not shooting at anybody yet. So let me go ahead and zoom in on a little bit there. And right now, it is, where is the interpreter? This guy, the unarmed interpreter. Come on. He was a local Libyan national, historically, and he is kind of, yelling out the window. He's trying to get these guys to he's trying to ascertain whether these guys are actually Feb 17, and if they are, to try to get them motivated. Who knows, maybe he's throwing stacks of $100 bills out the window. It's literally like CIA dark money. He's like, guys, we need your help right now. Here's some money, and let's see if it works. I need a 4-up on a D6. Turn on Mr. Webcam, because this world is important.
They're all important, Jim.
This one's really important, because I want that RPG. Give me an RPG. 4-up, please. A 3. I just missed it. Damn it. All right. You dodged a bullet on that one.
What a shame, Jim. Oh, what a shame.
You dodged a bullet on that one.
Again.
Nope. You got to give us more money, dude. That wasn't quite enough. So apparently these guys are going to be a little bit greedy. We're at RPG, man. You know we're worth at least $200. So yeah, they're not joining my team yet, sadly. But they're not attacking, so they're staying ambivalent. That concludes interpreter checks, medic checks. No one's been wounded yet. GRS firearms. No one's got line of sight on anybody. Correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Hostile firearms. No one's got firearms. No close combat. No bleed out checks. No victory check. That concludes turn 1.
Indeed. Manda's asking, what does Feb 17 mean?
February 17th is the name of the brigade. So Feb 17, it was technically the February 17th Brigade. A lot of brigades around the world, a lot of these militias, even some units here in the U.S., are named after famous dates in that country's history. I do not know Libyan history enough to know what February 17th refers to. It may be the Arab Spring. I honestly don't know. But apparently there's a famous date in Libyan history that February 17th refers to. And that's what they're talking about. Like a Soviet unit might be called, like, the Red October or something. That's reference to the October Revolution, which technically took place in November, but let's not get into that. Stuff like that. So February 17th is what we're going to call. We're going to call them Feb 17. Technically, it was the February 17th Brigade, and it was a pro-American, or at least supposedly pro-American, militia here in Benghazi during 2012. They were disbanded shortly after this event because they were proven to be less than reliable. Then again, they were also very poorly paid. They were up against some very tough opposition. So it's not fun getting killed for like $20 a day. So you can almost like not blame them for not being terribly loyal. But Yeah, that's what February 17th actually is. It's got to be some date in Libyan history with which I'm not honestly familiar. All right, so now we begin turn 2, determine threat level.
I almost don't want to roll this one.
-1 for GRS gunfire last turn. There was no GRS turn gunfire last turn. There were no explosions. There was no GRS gunfire last turn. I get a +1 for that. However, GRS is on a good street. I'm on a wide 4-lane road. Everybody sees me on those big black SUVs, and they're like, "Oh, here comes the CIA. They're up to no good." So people are literally looking out the windows. It's a neighborhood street brawl, is what this battle really comes down to. Old grandmothers are kind of looking out the windows, going, "Who's making all that noise when I'm trying to watch the soccer game?" And they see these Americans guys, go barreling down these wide open streets. If the GRS decides to take the slower streets with a slower movement rate, they stay hidden, and they're not as high a profile. Right now I'm going for speed. So the engines are wide open, we're roaring down the street, we're yelling at these ambivalent militia who are so far, turning their noses up at me. So it's a +1 for me being on an open street, or actually a -1. For GRS currently on a good street, +1 for no GRS gunfire. I get a penalty whenever I shoot. Because again, I'm supposed to get there with a low profile. Automatic weapons fire is not low profile. And that's what we're going for. So it is 2d6, guys. Do you want me to roll, or do you want you to roll?
You can roll this one. I screwed up the last one.
What we're going for here is, this is a round that we didn't have last turn because it's based on conditions from last turn. On turn 1, there was no last turn, obviously. So this is the first time we're doing this. I'm rolling 2d6, no modifiers. Technically, there's a +1 and a -1. There's no net modifiers, and we're going to see what happens. Because the streets are still in flux. No modifier. Come on, give me a high number. At least a 7. I get a 7. Ooh, exactly. 7 is stable. There is no change. The threat level does not go up, does not go down. It stays at tense. That means that there is still 0 modifier on the street event table, which we will now roll, now that we know what mood the street is in. So the results of this table provide a modifier, either +1, +2, -1, -2, to this roll. I'm going to roll 1d6 and see what we get here. No modifier. And I get a 2. Oh no.
Yes!
One hex of ambivalent militia appears. D6, but the militia player gets to pick. On a 5+, it includes a vehicle. So, actually, that's your hex. You want to roll a D6? See if it includes a vehicle?
We get a 1. It definitely does
no
not.
vehicles. Now roll 1d6 to see how many new ambivalent militia show up.
Another 1, unfortunately.
Okay, so literally one militia guy comes out. Roll a d6.
Wandering out.
He's like, what's all that noise? 1d6 to see what kind it is.
Another 1. Wow, I'm going to change that dice.
One guy with a pistol. Here comes the town marshal, and he's ambivalent. Okay, so I will go down over here to my little.
Dutch is pointing out it looks like we might have done our maths wrong. +1 total, he's saying. +2 for interpreter, -1 for GRS being on a good road.
It was for a successful interpreter check. It was not a successful interpreter check, so I do not get that. I do not get that bonus. I appreciate you trying to help me out there, but I think it says for a successful interpreter check. Yeah, +2 for a successful interpreter check last turn. It was not unsuccessful. I did not actually make the roll. So good question, but that is a pistol.
Yeah, so we balanced out because the GRS didn't fire, but they're rolling, big styly down the main roads in 2 conspicuous-looking vehicles.
Very, very suspiciously unmarked, shiny black SUVs that are worth more than anybody's house in this part. I mean, it's, And you're gonna see
they have windows.
Yeah, they have windows, air conditioning, and the windows are like RPG proof. These vehicles are very tough to kill. Okay, so one pistolier. Where do you want to put him? He has to be at least 4 hexes away from either American installation.
I'm going to put him by the centre barrier, where he's just sort of heard a lot of people running outside, some shouts are going off, and he's just wandered out of his house in his pants with a pistol tucked in him. Yeah,
he's literally like, guys, there's a soccer game on today. What the hell? I'm trying to watch a soccer game. Okay, so not much going on the street so far, which is both good and bad news. Okay, so that takes care of street events. Ambivalent movement. Okay, well, there's no ambivalent vehicles, so we're going to start with this group here. You get to move them. These
Ooh,
three
nice.
guys here.
We're going to move them towards the front gate, please, Jim.
1, 2, 3. All right, going around. These guys here in Mike 4. Oh, wrong button. I get to move them.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. Wait a second here. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get as many militia away from that compound as possible in case they turn hostile later. Okay, that's them. Oh, the one guy who just popped up by the gate. I get to move him now.
Oh,
He's like, God damn it, you guys making too much racket. I'm trying to watch the game. I'm going down this way. 1, 2, 3. Right, he's going down the street to buy an ice cream or something. Sierra 10. Oh, I get to move them too. Holy shit. These even numbers are treating me well. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm taking a bit of a risk here, guys. Because right now the street is still tense. If the street turns against me, and a lot of these ambivalent militias suddenly start turning hostile, and I have them like all around my GRS guys, that's going to be bad. But we'll see what happens. So I do have a strategy. I am admittedly taking a little bit of a risk here. All right, here in Victor 10, you get to move them in Victor 10.
You know what? We're just going to play it safe and head west.
Go west, young man.
Indeed.
And now a little street party here in Alpha 11. Come on, let me move them. Give me another chance to make my interpreter check. That is a 4. I get to move them.
That's you.
They say 1, 2, 3. Now my decision next time is, am I going to slow down my advance fast enough to try to pick them up, or am I just going to bolt past them, go around this roadblock, and sort of follow the historical route? You will have to see. I think that's it for ambivalent movement. We now go to hostile vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one time.
Hello, Mr. Dush. He's going to go up to the barricade, please, Jim. So he's going to cut through the wadi and get back on the road on the correct side.
1, 2, like that?
No, so towards the compound. So it should just head
okay.
back.
1, 2, 3, kind of like this here in Mike 8.
Yeah, cool. That's it, yeah. He will use what's left of his movement to turn 180, though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's not a person. I'm sorry.
He is not.
He technically has... Oh, cool.
Because who knows how well riveted that technical is. It might be that he can't actually turn the technical very far.
He goes to turn it and like the douche falls off. Oh, jump off the truck and go get it. I told you to weld that back on there right.
Starts unscrewing it. It's like, oh, guys, this is getting wobbly.
Alrighty, so now we have hostile pedestrian movement. So working our way from west to east. I guess we can start with India 6.
So we're going to move down to the back gate, onto the road.
1, 2, 3.
Same for the other guys as well. So they've almost started to protest at a different gate.
Yep. That's because all the playtesting games we've gone in through the back gate. I think I might go for the front gate this time.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
You got another little foot band there in Oscar 7.
I have. We're going to push up towards the ambivalent forces north of them.
1, 2, like Oscar, or I should say Quebec 5, something like that?
We're going to, so just go in front of them.
Yeah, just let me know if you ever want to take like cover and concealment. I
Yeah,
doubt it because no one's that close yet, but...
No, yeah, we've got time. Yeah, I say I've got time. I hope I have. And for the final 3, we're going to go towards my favourite friend with the pistol, who's mincing down the middle of the highway.
He's literally just like cruising down the street in his boxer shorts and like a Smith & Wesson. 1, 2, 3.
He's looking for beer, or he's looking for, I don't know, companionship, something.
There you go. I'm trying to think of a name. Hey there, Aliyah. I know you know who I'm thinking of. You know who I'm looking for. Where you at, girl? She got scared inside by the gunfire. Okay, so now we're going to go to, or I should say, GRS vehicles. There are only 2 GRS vehicles, because nobody's dismounted yet. There will be, is there any RPGs in this group? Tango 6, I think.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I should have LMG, RPG, and
AK, this is correct.
AK, yeah. See, I don't even need my satellite footage. I've got good OPSEC, I've got good eyes on. My mobile phone network here is awesome. Those Nokia 82s that used to last like 3 weeks on battery are so reliable.
God damn it. So one option I have here, guys, is to just blitz past these ambivalent militia. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot go through the roadblock. 5, 6, because I'm off-road now. 7, 8, 9, 10. But he's going to get at least one little crack at me down this street with an LMG, an RPG, and an AK. The AK doesn't scare me. The light machine gun, the RPK, and the RPD scares me a little. The RPG scares me actually quite a bit.
You said the glass was armored, Jim. You said it'll take an RPG. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing laying down this law if you're not going to, trust in it and move forward.
He's going to have to make a roll. Let me just review the rules on this before I make a decision here. The rules that I wrote and I apparently forgot. Vehicle damage table. Oh, it's vehicle damage table. Okay, so he's got to roll where the hell are the vehicles? Militia RPG 1d8. He's got to roll. What do we say? A 5+ to actually score any damage, to actually hit.
Probably, yeah.
With an HMGs. Alright, let me look at the rules. I wrote the rules. Let me use the rules that I wrote. Vehicles. Shooting at vehicles. A simple 5+ is all that's needed to hit a vehicle. He rolls 1d8. He needs to roll a 5+. It's literally 50-50.
It's one of these, Jim. Just, you see that number 5 there? That's what it's going to look like.
Let me see if I get your Skype. Actually, no, I don't see it right now.
There you go. I'll just put it back there.
All right, cool. So, yep, that 5. That's what we don't want to see, folks. We do not want to see that 5 show up. Oh, no. All right, so what am I going to do? You know what? No guts, no glory. Hey, if nothing else, it's going to make for an exciting stream. If it does hit, he gets to roll 3d10s on this vehicle damage table, which isn't that bad, but he may disable the vehicle. From there on, we have to push on foot. So I'm going to go, I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to go.
You're ramming that ambivalent group in front of you as well, are you? Trying to run them over? That's right, isn't it?
Absolutely not correct, sir. Honk, honk, get out of the way! You don't want to join our team? Fine, get the hell out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to go off-road. 5, 6, 7?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah, I'll take you there, please.
Alright. Make sure your webcam is showing.
Indeed.
Guys, you gotta stay with me here. Everyone hold my hand.
Come
He's
on,
gotta roll 1d8. It cannot be a 5+.
I've got my legs crossed because I can't cross my fingers very well.
RPG just went sailing down the street.
Oh, no. It's,
the smoke. The smoke from the RPG went like right over our windshield. We can literally smell the rocket smoke as the RPG hisses 6 inches over the top of our vehicle. Oh, that was awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was one hex. No. Where was I last turn? I think I'm trying to cheat here. I was an AA10. So AA10. Oh, guys, Alright, so I started there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wind up in whiskey 4.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord. Actually, you know what? The rest of those guys get to shoot as well. I shouldn't. That was the one I was afraid of.
Yeah.
But the LMG and the AK get to shoot as well. I'm just not quite as worried about that.
Yeah.
All right. So the LMG gets 3d8s.
3d6.
Oh, 3d6 is my. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And the AK gets 2d6, so I'm just going to roll 5d6.
Cool.
Ooh, we have a 1, 3, 3, 5, and a 6.
So it looks like 2 hits.
We do.
Yeah, it's always 5 up.
Yep.
Yes, I did invent this game system, but I did borrow heavily from Force on Force. I am not ashamed to say. Steal from the best. So the to hit number is always a certain amount, and then what measures your true quality or the power of your weapons or the size of the dice you throw. So obviously with a bigger dice, you're more likely to get the hit. All right, so we got 2D. Now that we're on the vehicle damage table, I'll go ahead and zoom this out for just a second. Okay, that is 1d8 for every hit scored. It was 3d10 for the explosive weapon. That's why I was worried about that RPG. That RPG is still going to cost me, though, next turn. You'll see why in a minute. So right now it's just 2d8, 1d8 for each of the hit you scored with small arms.
Okay, so I'll roll them singly because I've only got 1d8, sadly.
Okay.
We have a 2, so just shrapnel.
No effect.
And we have a 4.
More ping, ping, ping. Nice.
So, fortunately, that armoured vehicle is certainly holding up its end of the bargain.
And with a little bit of scoring on the paint job, we just had these things detailed, man. Come on with the RPGs.
Yeah, Bob's not going to be happy back at the compound when he gets back. And I'm not sure how much buffing he's going to need to get those out.
Just get the Ding King, man. It'll pop those little AK divots right out of the panel. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's catch up with the chat here. Cutlass back in the day used a similar system. Oh, cool. Dutch, is that Limburger? Are you rooting against me? Stop it, man. Roll an 8. Come on now. Mobile phones at least worked more than one day. That's right, back in the day. Nokia, the only phone that could survive an EMP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys were still using that kind of technology back in here in the Libyan militia. On their best cassette player, America. Let's hope the windows don't blue screen, right? Alrighty. Cool. So, great discussion in the chat. Thanks very much, everybody. And again, hello to everybody also on YouTube. I'm rooting for the guy doing the stroll with his gun. Yeah, right. He's the hero of the day right here.
He is, yeah. He's going to be a commander or something that just suddenly turns to one side or the other and starts coordinating everybody.
Well, he does have the gray beard, so I did make up like leader figures. That's also why he's carrying a pistol. Yeah, so he is kind of like the old man on the block. He's like yelling at all you damn kids, get your AKs off my lawn. Yeah, but for now he's just kind of the grumpy old neighborhood.
In fact, now's probably a good time to ask how the guys are finding the stream. Is it running smoothly? Has there been any form of lag? Is there any buffering?
I've been talking to, it's a Jerry, that's right. It does look a little like Jerry. Jen's been keeping me up to date on that, and I'm watching on 2 different devices. So far, we're doing pretty good.
Sweet.
So I think it was an onboard issue on my PC. I'm a little embarrassed to say, but at the same time, happy to say, because at least that means it's in my control. And I was able to fix it.
Yeah.
All right, so that takes care of GRS movement. Interpreter checks. I am next to no ambivalent militia, so I cannot yell to any militia to get them to change sides. So there's no interpreter checks. No medic checks, no one's been hit. No firearms, no hostile firearms. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it for the turn.
It is.
We did have opportunity fire, which technically means I would put an opportunity
there was
fire.
Gunfire on the streets, and there was an explosion on the street.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't the vehicle, it was somebody's house.
They're still pissed. They're going to come out of the house going, just trying to watch a soccer game, and an RPG comes through the window. Not cool, dudes, not cool.
And we all point at the cars.
It was them.
The SUVs going past.
Okay, so that means that we are now on the threat tracker. We're now beginning turn 3. Okay, determine threat level. -1 for GRS fire. The lower, the better. There was no GRS gunfire last turn, so we can... You know what? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Alright. So, Don't have to worry about that. There was no GRS gunfire last turn. There was an explosion on the street last turn. Any grenade launcher or RPG. An RPG did go off. So, yeah, people did hear that, and they're a little pissed off. So there's going to be a -1 for that. Oops.
GRS are on a good road, unfortunately for them. That's another -1.
Yeah, that's -1 for exposure. GRS is currently on a good street. Yeah, this is a full 10. Basically, the GRS gets to pick between security and speed. So far, I'm picking speed. So at the moment, yeah, that's another -1. On a good street. There was no successful interpreter check last turn. However, the GRS did not fire last turn. So that is going to be a +1 for the GRS. So we have a grand total of net -1. It's your turn to roll.
2d6, here we go.
Hold on, let me get your thing up here.
That's not too bad. A 6. So -1 makes a 5.
-1 makes it a 5. Okay, that means that this thing goes down 1 level. Agitated. The street's a little out. The street's not happy right now. RPG's going down the street. Okay.
It's all kicking off.
That means that we apply a -1 to this roll. Roll 1d6 on this table and subtract 1 from the result.
2.
What do we get
so
here?
a -1 is a 1.
Oh shit. That's not good news. 1 hex of militia becomes more hostile. Militia chooses. So somebody just got pissed off. There are no friendlies, so you can't turn anybody ambivalent. However, one set of militia, ambivalent militia, just became hostile.
I'm really thinking of the pistol guy. Just
No!
It makes no sense.
It makes no gaming sense, but it would be epic. Never mind the light machine gun, the RPG, the 2 AKs. Grandpa Jerry, we're gonna call him that now. Thank you, Amanda. Grandpa Jerry with his Smith & Wesson just got really pissed off.
No, I don't think I can, in good faith.
It would be funny, but it would be a terrible move, yeah.
I'll go for the ambivalent 3 north of the barrier.
North? Oh, these 3 up here? Okay, cool. Yeah, that other hex is more powerful, but they're not in as good position. We have 3 guys with AKs here. Hey, look, another Jerry. This time he's in a wife beater. There you go. Worse from here. Okay, so we've finished street events and we finished threat tracker. We are now going to go to, I think it's ambivalent movement. Ambivalent movement, there is no ambivalent vehicles. We go to these guys here in Hotel 6. I get to move them. A weird name. Wife beater? You beat your wife with that shirt? You never heard of that expression? So a sleeveless white t-shirt in America is often called a wife beater. Okay, oh, there was some ambivalent militia there. It's not ambivalent anymore. Alright, ambivalent grandpa. Let's see who controls it this time. Alright, let's see here. Angry Jerry says, you get to control them. Where are you going?
Oh, nice. We'll send him back home. I'll send him back towards the barrier where he was, he's come out, had a wander with his pistol to see if anybody needs shooting, and he's going to wander back in his Crocs to go and sit at home and watch the rest of the game.
Is he wearing blue flip-flops? I hope not. Because that's just embarrassing. He's wearing blue. Oh my god, there's Jerry's all over the place. There's a Jerry in the technical. He's wearing flip-flops, just not blue. He's wearing green flip-flops. Alright. And we had a bunch of streams earlier in the year, guys, where we virtually created all these little virtual miniatures. Okay, then the guy here in Sierra, or the group here in Sierra 10. I get to control them.
Ooh.
Oh, wrong group. Sierra 10, I said, didn't I? This opportunity fire chit is from last turn. Okay, Victor 8, ambivalent militia. You get to control them in Victor 8.
Nice. We're going to move them directly west, please, Jim.
Alpha 8, the guys there on the main drag. That's me. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I doubt they're gonna catch up with me, but they're starting to reconsider. Man, we should have taken the $100, man. Now they're running after me. Too late, guys. I dodged the RPG.
I think they're just looking for a car opportunity when their doors are left open.
There you go. Okay, so that takes care of ambivalent militia. We go to hostile vehicle movement first.
Tough one. Moved around the barricade. I think you're coming potentially down. I'm going to try and stay on the main roads. So we're going to move north to the road, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 2 movement points left.
We will stay, and we're facing the correct direction.
Okay.
So it is good to go there. It's going to turn the music down a bit.
I just gotta take up position there. Cool. So that is a vehicle movement. We now go to pedestrian hostile, or I should say hostile pedestrians. Start off, I guess, in J8. Usually at 8.
2, 3. They're going to buddy up just east of what just moved. So we're going to keep that as a 6 almost. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Papa 4.
1, please, Jim, to the north.
Damn, there's a lot of hostile militia here. What the hell's going on?
You're not used to this after last game.
Last game, I was like, there's no green guys, and there's all these red guys. What's going on with that?
Having only moved 1, Jim, they're going to hunker down.
Oh, yes, that is true. They moved 1 so they can take the cover bonus. So there's concealed, there's covered, and there's covered and concealed. So, yeah, they move super slow, and they're able to take really good cover once they get to wherever in a miniatures game. Speaking of which, now we're in Quebec 5.
Indeed, they're going to move 1 space northwest and take cover there, because I think that's open ground, except for the building to their right, isn't it? So if something rolls down the road, they should get a snapshot.
Yeah, I mean, it'll block line of sight, but at the same time, yeah, again, it doesn't matter like what kind of terrain is in the hex, because obviously, I just used a satellite image. If you move just 1 hex, you can find cover somewhere. Either it's a hill, a fold in the ground, the inside of a building, the underside of a car. There'll be something there. And again, we're talking about 3 guys in an entire 28mm table. He's gonna find cover somewhere. It's just whether or not he goes fast enough.
Yeah.
We go to Tango 6. Your last group.
They're actually going to move down the road, please, Jim. So they're towards the... No, sorry, to the...
the other way.
To the base. Yeah.
Well, they wanted another shot at me. Cool. That takes care of hostile movement. We now go to GRS movement.
Yeah. I can hear the cogs turning.
Yep.
Which way to go?
Well, I could do a 180 in Whiskey 4 and wind up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could pretty much run over your guys there in Oscar 7. Unfortunately, I will take another RPG shot as I went. Where the hell are all my Feb 17? like I had last time.
Yeah, I think you were spoiled that last game. It's giving you a false sense of security.
Last game went crazy. The street went crazy in favor of the Americans last turn. Okay. That's open field there. Yeah. This part of the map is awfully open. I'm going to use this building here in Quebec 4 as cover. Dude, give me the damn marker, please. There we go. Oh man. Alright guys, the game's about to kick off. At least he has to come around a building, around a building, around a building to come at me. We're obviously off the road, and once we do that,
Oop, I feel like somebody's going to be debussing.
Yep.
All round defence. Now you know why them ambivalent guys were following. Our vehicles are free game. Make sure you lock them vehicles.
Oh, you know what? While I'm still moving. Oh, don't double. Alright, yeah, we are now out of our vehicle.
You realise by moving the south vehicle south, it gives me an opportunity fire situation.
Does it?
From the RPG team in the road, you're at the side of the road now.
I'm not hiding behind the corner of this building.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Do you want to 4-up it?
No. If it had been the ambivalent guys, I would have said straight shot, but yeah, the building's blocking. Happy with that.
Oh god, yeah, these guys for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question there.
My guys are finding themselves on the wrong side of the barricade right now.
Yep. Okay, we are now out of the building. I really need something to go well here. It is time. That's it for movement. It is now time for. Make sure that nobody can see me. Yes. Okay, cool. No more movement. A big thing in this game, I've played the GRS 3 times in this game now, guys. Well, the chat, a big thing is when to get out of the vehicles. Exactly when and at what distance. You don't want to do a drive-by. That's a bad news. Because when you jump out of the car, now the enemy's right there and you get to shoot. And you don't get to use any kind of cover bonus. Okay, so I am now, I do have my interpreter adjacent to some ambivalent militia. So please give me a everybody. I really need this one. Come on, man. 4-up, please. Do it for me. A 1! No! My interpreter's failing this time.
I think the lack of confidence of having an RPG, an RPK, an AK in the road, old Jerry with his pistol threatening people to shut up so he can watch the game, and the fact that you guys are taking your hover behind buildings may have not given him the confidence that
he's like yelling across the street, "Hey guys, you want to join us, right? You want to join us, right?" And these guys look over here at these RPKs, and they're just shaking their heads going, "Don't you dare fucking do it."
They've just seen an RPG go down the road only a
We
minute
literally
before.
get the next fire phase. We will blow you out of that building there in Sierra 7 if you go ahead and join the enemy. So yeah, that might explain why I failed that roll. Okay, no medic checks, no firearms combat because I declared there's no line of sight between these two hexes, so that does go both ways. Maybe I should have just rolled up and opened up because then you would have opportunity fire on me.
Yeah, that was a big question. RPG as well can damage them all in the hex, can't it? So.
If he gets a shot at me, yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking maybe I should have gotten a little bit more aggressive here, but if I get within line of sight, again, line of sight is always a two-way street. You would have had opportunity fire on me. GRS combat, no. Hostile firearms combat, no. There's no one in the same hex. Bleed out checks, victory checks. Turn 4.
Indeed.